I'm Barbara Nixon, and I teach as an adjunct professor at John Brown University, in addition to being the training manager at Shiloh Technologies here in Rogers.
My name is Tim. I'm the Tim half of Tim and Jeff in the Morning at Power 105.7.
My name is Paige Ray. I just got married, so that's strange to say.
Every day, multiple times a day, we use Facebook and Twitter. Probably Twitter number one of importance, and then Facebook number two. There
are 6 that I use a lot. I have groups of 3 and 3. Facebook I tend to use quite a bit. I use that more on the personal level than on the professional level. LinkedIn, I'm in there just about every day, and Pinterest, and that's mostly on the personal level. And then I also use Instagram and Twitter and SlideShare.
I started off mostly using my blog, and that's because I wanted to be a blogger. I wanted to have a space to put my pretty things. And then through that, I started using Twitter, and through that, I started using Instagram. And so those are my 3, and I really feel like they connect really well for my blog audience.
I think for the show, it is an extension of who we are. So yes, you listen to the radio show, you know, hey, Tim and Jeff, I like those guys, they're funny, I like them for whatever reason. But you can also get a little more into who we are by following our Twitter or being a fan of our Facebook page.
When Twitter was new, I really just wanted to show my public relations students that they need to be abreast of whatever is coming out there. They need to at least look at it, investigate it, and see whether or not it's going to be worthwhile for them. We would use hashtags in our classes quite often when I was using Twitter frequently. So at the beginning of every semester, even on the syllabus, I would put down the hashtag for the class. If I found a link I wanted them to look at, I would share that through Twitter, and sometimes I would only share information through Twitter that I didn't share any other way. So if they weren't following the class hashtag, they might miss some interesting information.
The primary purpose originally of my blog was just to kind of be there, to kind of stake my claim to the internet. It has grown into a place for me as kind of like a portfolio space. I think previous to having my blog, a resume was like a single piece of paper that someone that I didn't know had, 5 minutes to glance over and decide whether or not I was right for a specific job, creative or otherwise. Now, my blog is my resume. Granted, I can still give them a sheet of paper, but it's the thing that shows people what I do and how I do it and how I go about doing it. And I've gotten several jobs and job offers just because of that, and it wasn't that I was trying to go one way or the other, but it's basically saying, here I am.
I am putting the assignments out there so that other people can see it too, and I've connected with many other professors from across the country. A couple of them and I have even collaborated on classes. We're sharing a wiki for a social media class and adding assignments and really working together on it, even though our universities have no affiliation and we've never met in person.
It's our job on the radio to connect with listeners, and we do that multiple ways. On the telephone, you can call into the show, you can send us a postcard, but it's most easy to connect with the most amount of people on Twitter and Facebook. And it's a way for listeners to interact with us, whatever we are talking about, whether it's a crazy phone discussion about a relationship, or whether it's, hey Tim, there's an accident on the bypass right at the Johnson exit, like that happened this morning, and someone tweeted it to me, and then I could share that with everyone on the radio and all of my Twitter followers and post it on Facebook. I've got to meet some really cool people that I would not have been introduced to face-to-face, so I think that's pretty cool, making connections. It's just another way, kind of like a digital handshake. It's kind of like how I think about it. You can meet people on Twitter and Facebook that you would not meet in real life, or maybe you would, but not necessarily.
I've once heard that Twitter is like a cocktail party where you're behind your computer. So Twitter's a perfectly acceptable place to start a conversation with somebody that you otherwise may not. And as somebody who is new to the area, that was really, really beneficial in that I was able to reach out to people who I saw were influencers in the community in areas that I wanted to be involved in.
Linking students to professionals is something that I've really enjoyed doing with social media. Because I've moved so many times in my career, I don't have a lot of long-standing community connections, but because of social media, I'm connecting my students with people outside of their local community. And some of them have been in this area forever, and they don't know any people outside in the field that they want to go into.
We do a big food drive every year, the Canned Food Camp Out for Life Source, and we tweeted and Facebooked, hey, do you want to help? And put up some pretty powerful stories that connected people, and everyone started sharing, and then this shared it with this person shared it with that person, and then we actually had the food drive and people showed up who we didn't even know existed and got to hear their stories and how they wanted to help other families in their community for the food drive. Really cool way to connect people.
Recently I saw a tweet like in various forums, I think 3 or 4 times in one day, and I kind of took it as a sign from the world/Twitter that I needed to get off my iPhone and participate in this community art project and start painting. And that's something that, though I have dreams of it, I would have never actually done had I not seen that opportunity via Twitter, which I'm really connected with. And now, not only do I have like this awesome mural in Springdale, Arkansas to show for it, but like I've been invited to participate in next year's committee for this art project, and you know, kind of lend my voice to this project that has a lot of my interests together. So it's the perfect fit that I would have never known about had it not been for social media.